Hey guys, what's up? It's NihonTiger and welcome to Project Cars. We're at Watkins Glen today for a special. Yes, because, well, it's not this weekend, it's next weekend, but
green.
I've already got plans for next weekend, so we are doing Watkins Glen this weekend. The NASCAR race is next weekend at the Glen. It's one of their 2 road course races on the schedule, and we are in New York for this. For those of you who don't know where Watkins Glen is, it's in New York. We're racing the short course, which is up. Restart. Yes. Hey guys, what's up? It's NihonTiger. How you doing? Welcome back to Project Cars.
Concentrate on the lights. Let's make a great start.
It's kind of weird doing a standing start in stock cars.
Green.
Oh, this is very uncommon. We don't have a rolling start like we normally would, but we're here. We're at Watkins Glen. We're racing the short course, 8 turns. Instead of the normal 11 to start with. We're in stock cars. We're technically in what's called the Caper Monterey, which is not an actual car. It's, I believe, based off the old Chevy Monte Carlo from like the 90s. And we're racing Watkins Glen in Finger Lakes region, New York here. Now, the reason we're doing this is part of our special, even though the Watkins Glen race is next week, is because I have another special lined up already. Okay, right here. For P3, we started P5, 5 laps around the Glen. Again, this is the short course, so we don't go through the boot. But we will eventually go through the boot because we'll be doing a second race here as well that uses the full 11 turn layout. This one's only 8. I think maybe even 7, I don't know. There we go, just kind of getting used to this. But we'll talk a little bit about the, let's restart. Yes. Hey guys, what's up? It's NihonTiger. Welcome to Project Cars. We are at Watkins Glen doing a standing start in stock cars. I don't recall ever having that be something I've seen, but whatever. No rolling start this time. We are heading down to the first turn here. Starting P5, 5 laps around the Glen. This is the short course for those of you who know the different courses at Watkins Glen. There's 2. And we'll be racing both of them as part of our special here this weekend. We're starting on the short course, which is the one that will be raced on next weekend when the Sprint Cup Series goes to the Glen for their yearly race there. And go down the backstretch here. So, as you can probably guess with the special, that's why I chose the short course, because of the Sprint Cup Series race that's going to be happening here next weekend. Now, the cars we're racing in are older model stock cars. It is the Caper Monterey is what the game calls it, but it's really a Chevy Monte Carlo. It's the Chevy Monte Carlo from the 90s is what it is. So, right here for this. Braking there. Oh, okay. We're fine. How is the car? It's looking okay. It's looking okay. So, we are doing 5 laps around here. Let's do a quick run through of the course. So 7 turns, starting with this first one, right-hander, 90, named because it's a basically 90-degree turn. This is actually the old start-finish line way back in the day. Going uphill here through the S's, very tough, technical, tricky section.
He's feeling the pressure.
Going onto the backstretch here, and then we're gonna gun it until we get to that little left, that little basically double chicane back there. It's called the inner loop. It was added to keep speeds down for the outer loop, which is this section right here. This is the outer loop, and they added it because there were a number of high-profile crashes, including a couple fatal crashes on the outer loop, so they wanted to slow cars down, and that's how they chose to do it. Got 2 more turns here. The last 2 turns, they don't have any fancy names. Just are what they are. It's a left and a very similar right onto the front stretch. It's a pretty easy course to race, especially the short course. We bypass the boot, which we'll get to race when we do the full version of the track. It's another 3 or 4 turns. Come down to the 90, and we're gonna try and break it.
Use your
guy.
slipstream to get close to him in the straight and try and dive up the inside with the braking.
So hopefully we can get a good run up the S's here. So Watkins Glen is in upstate New York. It's in the Finger Lakes region, a couple hours away from Rochester. Really nice track. The track's been around in various forms since I think like the late 1940s, but it's not been the same. Like the actual track itself, the circuit has been around since I think the 1950s, and it's been redone. It used to host the U.S. Grand Prix on a very old configuration that no longer exists. It's been completely redone. Yep. And NASCAR has been coming here for a while. I know IndyCar used to come here. I don't think they do anymore. I don't recall them doing, but you have the 6 hours at the Glen is another race. We missed the opportunity to tie in our Watkins
You're
Glen
all over
special
his
with
mirrors.
that.
Let's try and take him on this lap. See if you can force him into an error and slip past.
2 laps to go. Hopefully we can get some more time.
You're 1 second behind the leader. See if you can force a mistake.
Brake hard. Accelerate out of 90. Alright, we're catching up to him a little bit here. No stupid moves. We got this. Braking there. We got this. We got this. If we can catch him coming out of the S's here. Ooh, we got a good shot here. Slipstream. Slipstream, slipstream. We're going to have to brake early, but we can definitely pull within a little bit of time. Good run through the inner loop. We'll do it. We have a shot here coming through the outer loop. Oh, okay. Touched a little bit, but now we're in P1. Go. And my car, by the way, my car is actually very cool. I love the paint job on this. It says Project Cars on there. But if you're a NASCAR fan, you know exactly what this car is supposed to be. You know it's not supposed to be Project Cars. Let's see if I can, on the front stretch, get a good shot of the front here. As we try and get past this guy. Yeah, that's not Project Cars. That's...
This is the final lap of the race. See if you can take that guy in front of you, otherwise
exactly
just bring it back in one piece.
This is the paint job and everything is supposed to be Bill Elliott's old Ford Thunderbird number 9 instead of the 59. He was with Melling Racing back in the 1980s. Same red and white gold color scheme. It's a beautiful car. Car that set the fastest record for speed in NASCAR in the 1980s at Talladega. Okay. We got a shot here. We got a shot. Let me get him on the inner loop. The outer loop, I mean. Yep. We're good. We're good. But this car is just... Oh, he's going to try and come back inside. This car is just beautiful. I mean, that's... It's clearly a homage to that. An homage, I should say. Not homage. Homage. Pronounce your words right. And there's a couple of other homages in the Sprint Cup car, these sprint cars you see here. There's a couple other designs that also look like very famous cars. And we won. Look at that. And you can see that's definitely the old Coors special. Look at that. I just want to take a real quick no restart. I want to view the replay here because I want to just show this off real quick. Let's take a look at this. Can I... Oh, that was a reset. Can we at least kind of get this up? Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's definitely the old number 9 right there. Even got the little Project Cars. The font's even made to look like the Coors logo. It's very cool. So there we go. But we won. Awesome. We did very good in our Caper Monterey stock car. We're going to switch cars up and switch around tracks a little bit here. Not too much, but we got to switch disciplines because we have a different type of car for the race that we're going to do next. So we'll be right back. All right, boys, we're back. This is the Glen. We're doing the full GP circuit now. I have swapped out to a Ford Mustang Cobra Trans Am. So once again, we're going classic here. These are the old Trans Am cars that used to race here at Watkins Glen.
Green. Go.
So I'm also starting from P5 once again. We got 4 laps this time, slightly longer track, so I wanted to do slightly fewer laps. But the longer circuit is fairly similar in layout. I don't know if this is supposed to be based off any classic paint design. I just really like the Zippanol one. It looked really cool. Oh, okay. We're fine. A little scuff mark, but we're fine. We're okay. Checked up there. Again, so far we're down the back straight into the inner loop. Go. Oh, and, slipping there. And into the outer loop, and here's where things get different. We're going to go straight to the left this time and go into the boot. So this is an additional 3 turns on the track. I took a look. It says it's only 3 more turns. It says the short circuit has 8 and this one has 11. So this is the boot. We're now into the toe of the boot, which is a 180-degree turn. Go backwards this way. Accelerate out of here, up the hill, down the back of the hill to another right-hand turn. This is the heel. We can outbrake there. Gain the position. Nicely well done. Now we're going to steer back onto the kind of like the straight that leads to the last 2 corners. Oh, there we go. Got one more car to pass. Maybe we can pass him going into the last corner. It's always a good spot to pass at Watkins Glen. It's this last corner. Let's come out this short straight. Underbrake this guy. No. Okay. We did it, Reddit. He came down on me. So, we have a guy that's chasing us, so we'll brake into the 90 here. That's the front of my car doing little scuff marks, but other than that, we're fine. Up the S's here. So these Trans Am cars really seem to hug the road a little bit more. They feel a lot like the Pro car did, which is to say it's really, really good. A lot of speed, a lot of control. And these are kind of based on the older Mustang.
Your lead over second place is 1 second.
Not the shiny new one that looks like the original, but the kind of the boxier ones from the mid 90s, I think, is the one these are based off of. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they are. They definitely have the same front end grille and the same rear end as those cars did. There we go. Back through the toe here. Brake a little too hard. Going up the hill, and this is the course that they run I think this is the one that they ran the Indy cars on. It's the one they run the 6 hours on. So only NASCAR uses the short course. I've always kind of wondered if it's just because it's fast. It's probably because it is faster. They wanted a shorter, faster course. Oh god. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. We didn't break anything, I think. We took that corner a little too fast. Go. Onto the front stretch for turn number 2. I'm surprised they don't have the barrels up there. There's normally some barrels at the end of pit road there. And if you've ever watched a kind of a compilation of crashes at Watkins Glen, the places that you'll see the most and the ones that are usually the most spectacular are, I'll point them out here, but there's 2 turns in particular that are fairly susceptible to big, incredible crashes, especially it seems with the sprint cars. Brake here. By the way, if you go straight there, there's normally also some cones. I don't know why you didn't put them in the game, but there's some cones, a little chicane. You have to come to a stop, and then you have to go through the chicane, and then I believe you can accelerate on without taking a penalty. My tire is kind of smoking, I don't know. I thought I saw puffs of smoke coming from the front there. Could be something else. I like the reflection in the window. Maybe I'm running a little bit too low and it's rubbing up against something, I don't know. There we go. Great. Okay, we A little too late on the brakes. Oh yeah, it's scraping. So here's one of the spots. Like right here is a spot where there's a lot of accidents simply because it's a high-speed stretch. And the other one, the one that usually gets most of these spectacular, crashes, is right down here in this last turn, turn 11. A lot of times people will kind of brake late, or they'll spin out here, and they'll collect people, and someone almost always goes into the pit entrance there where there's a bunch of barrels.
5 seconds behind you. Let's keep in there.
All the barrels explode because that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to kind of absorb the impacts of the cars so that the car doesn't go into the pit wall, on the entrance side there. And they normally blow up, and it makes quite a spectacle. I'm sure if you look up Watkins Glen NASCAR crashes, you'll probably find a whole bunch of those, because it usually happens at least once a year or once every other year. Somebody always goes into those. Back to the bus stop, which is also, I think, what they call it. I think it's called the bus stop chicane. Or it's at least called the inner loop. I think they call it the inner. I think they call it more the inner loop. I've heard some people refer to it as the bus stop in the past, and really, I always think the bus stop chicane. I always think of Spa, not Monza. Monza doesn't have that. Monza's parabolic, you dumbass. Sorry, just yelling at myself here, talking to myself, keep myself entertained. But yeah, the inner loop is a fairly fast section, and if you hit it just right, you get a really nice launch out of there into the outer loop. And if you get a nice launch out of the outer loop, you get a nice launch down this short stretch, especially on the short circuit, more so than the full circuit here. There we go. Just got the last 2 turns to go. Our trusty Mustang. It's a beautiful car. There we go. Alright. Up to the front stretch here. Let's get to the wall. Yeah, celebrate.
Great driving. You've nailed it. That was absolutely
Nice
dominant
job.
from start to finish.
Very happy with that. So yeah, Ford Mustang Cobra, we did really, really well. I love this car. And really, that's about it. So we've talked a little bit about Watkins Glen. Got to see both versions of the track in 2 different cars that have raced here in the past. Very excited to show that off. I love this track. It's one of my favorites. But for now, that will be all. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be going back to a regularly scheduled career mode episode on Wednesday, and then next Saturday we have another special for another race. It's going to be Road America next weekend that we'll be doing, because there's going to be a sports car race there as well. So I thought that would be good timing for that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.